I feel like I'm talking way too loud. All right, so this is Lake Opeongo, and this is one of the major set-in points if you want to go portaging or if you have a canoeing campsite reserved. So this is one of the major places where you can go. And as you can see, there are a bazillion canoes here. You can rent your canoes here, and they'll also deliver to one of the other campgrounds in the park, so that's great. And I'm totally shilling for Algonquin Park here. No, they're not paying me. I'm not sponsored. So Algonquin Park, you might want to think about that. But anyways, no, my main point is this is a really awesome destination. Lots of people know about it and have heard about it, and I just wanted to show you what it's like up here. So that is the Outfitters right there. They're closing very soon for the season, so they're kind of low on everything, but you can get lots of resupplies there, gear, not like tents and stuff like that, but any sort of little stuff that you might need around the camp. And they've got t-shirts. I just bought a really cool t-shirt there. And that is Lake Opeongo. And like I said, this is where you set in. There are some people, actually not anymore, but just when I got here there were some people that were getting ready to set out. And yes, it's COVID, so I have my mask. Have to wear your mask to go into any of the public area, like inside public areas. Hopefully by next year, by the time any of you people are coming out here, that will be over and done with, but who knows at this point. So anyways, so this is a really great location. It's a little bit off the highway. There's no camping here, but again, you take a canoe, you get out to one of the canoeing sites, or you go portaging, and it's really great. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this, but it's a beautiful sight. It's really quiet. I can hear my voice. Like there's nobody here right now, so my voice is echoing like crazy. I feel like I'm talking way too loud. But it's beautiful. I recommend it if you want to go backcountry. This is where you can get started. There's also water taxis. I'm not sure if that's a water taxi. There was a water taxi just leaving when I got here. And I think they can take you out to some of the like starting points for backcountry hiking. I'm not entirely sure about that. At the west end of the camp, there's a place called Portage Outfitters, and that I think that is definitely one of the places where you can set out for backcountry hiking and backcountry campsites. So yeah, cool place. Well, I got my fire going, which is a good thing. Even with the dry wood today, and it hasn't rained, and it's not raining right now, I still had a really miserable time getting this fire to really take. I had to sit there feeding it the whole time and just babysitting it. You can hear how the wood is just sizzling because it's wet. And even my like more or less reliable wood is also not helping. It also seems to be a little bit wet. So, but now it's going good and hot. So it seems to be picking up everything and getting, keeping going, having some life in it. So maybe I can actually think about getting some dinner because I'm starving. And then hopefully tomorrow it won't rain. The forecast is calling for rain. So we'll see what we can do tomorrow, if there's anything we can do, or if we're just going to have to hold out for the rain. Anyways, yeah, like if it's just drizzling or raining a little bit, like I'm not worried about that. But if it's like pouring rain, yeah, no. Okay, So I'm gonna go have some dinner and we'll see you soon. All right, so I wanted to show you the visitor center. This is the Algonquin Park Visitor Center. And this is actually a great place, one of our favorite places when it's cold and raining. They have information inside, and they have a gift shop and a theater that shows a movie about kind of the history of Algonquin Park, and an interpretive exhibit. There's just a lot of stuff to do here when it's cold and raining out. And even if you're just interested in some of the background of the park, this is a great place to come to get your bearings. And yeah, so the only thing for me is the sun actually came out, and I'm going to head out to take my lunch at the lookout. Let's go. So this is the Lookout Trail. It's about 2 kilometers, and it makes a loop into the forest up to the lookout, which is it's about maybe an hour's hike. There's quite a climb at one point, but it's a very popular trail for all the day hikers. It's just a fairly easy trail, apart from the steep uphill to get to the lookout. But this is a great place to come and get a nice good overview of the park. This is where a lot of people come, especially at this time of year, to try to get to see the colors. Unfortunately, they don't seem to know that the colors, in order to see them, they should have been here 2 weeks ago. So anyways, we're gonna go and see, and I'm gonna show you the view from the lookout as it is right now. And I'm gonna have my lunch up there, and hope that the sun stays out. So just a little ways over from that other lookout point we just looked at, a few meters over, is this little spot with a bench. Perfect spot for lunch. Can sit there and admire the view while I eat my lunch. Right on. And I'm starving. And a year after the Shvil, I am very out of shape. But anyways, so I'm gonna sit and have my lunch. But oh yeah, before I do that, I'm going to give you a little update on my intruder situation. So last night I went to get something out of my car after dark, and I heard something moving around in my car. So I found my garbage bag moving. Turns out it wasn't Chip and Dale, it was actually Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And my garbage and my snack bag were invaded. I think, well, those two definitely I evicted. I don't know if they brought their cousins and uncles and aunts. maybe that'll be tonight. And I actually spoke with the pest control people, and they said there's really not anything that I can do other than make sure that my food is safely stowed away. So that was not very good news. But maybe, hopefully, they got their lessons. I did close the vent, but the pest control people said that there's all kinds of other holes in the car that they can come through. So there's no guarantees. But hopefully we're good. I will definitely store my food better, although there's not much I can do about my snack bag. And then just cross my fingers. So I will keep you posted. But right now I'm starving and I'm gonna have my lunch. Bon appetit, guys. Hi. Hi, buddy. Okay, well that's it. I'm done for the Lookout Trail for today. That was a great spot to have my lunch, but it's windy up there. I have never been on Lookout Trail up at the lookout that it has not been absolutely insanely windy. And of course on a day like today when it's cold, not really great. But anyways, it was a lovely lunch. And now I'm going to go see, I think I might have to go figure out the Mickey and Minnie Mouse thing over at my campsite and make sure that all my stuff is good for tonight. So, see you back there. Hey everyone. Okay, so my fire is dying down and it's been a miserable job today well, actually the fire itself was not too bad, but my last couple of logs I put on were some of the bad firewood and they were big honking pieces. So here's my problem. I am too lazy to take out my beautiful axe and chop the big honking firewood into smaller pieces. And the other problem is that it's soaking wet. So my little game that I play with myself about trying to burn the last piece down to the tiniest little coals that I can, I think it's gonna be an utter fail today, but I suppose I'm doing okay considering, but no. Last night was much better. So anyways, love sitting around the campfire. Tell me down below what you guys like to do around the campfire. Do you have any games that you play with yourself with your campfire? Yeah, I'm a little bit of a pyromaniac, I guess, and I love playing with fire. Just sort of experimenting with it and trying to see how I can get the fire to burn well, because I'm no pro. And yeah, I'm just kind of like going on instinct and trying different things to see if they work. The main thing is that I can keep myself warm, and I can definitely do that. So that's the main thing that matters. And beyond that, I just try to sort of figure out, does this work? Does that work? And just experiment, I guess. And the interesting thing about campfires, fire in general, is it's funny because you can think that the fire is basically out and maybe it's just at very little coals or embers. And then just in the weirdest place, out of the middle of nowhere, whoosh, and it starts up again. So this trying to like time my going to bed by burning my fire out is always a little bit of a surprise. Anyways, so tonight I'm actually really happy. It sort of looked like it might rain. I emptied my car of everything to make sure what those mice had gotten into, and they had gotten into some of my snacks and my food. So my one bag of pita bread is gone, and a couple of other things just as a precautionary measure. But otherwise, while I was doing that, it sort of felt like it might start to rain a couple of times, which I was not happy about because I had all my stuff out of my car. But then it didn't. So aside from a little bit of rain in the morning, it's actually been not a bad day. So pretty happy about that. And the night's supposed to be very warm, so looking forward to that. And then I sneezed. Anyways, that's my campfire story for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.